Raider news this morning. Nothing really going on though, but we want to talk about some extensions. Colton Miller, Jacoby Myers, two guys very deserving of extensions at this point, I believe. Um, Neither one of them have guaranteed money left. Jacoby might have little guarantees for this year, but they definitely don't have a contract next year. Right? They're not signed. So, what you guys think about that, man? I see, oh, what's up, She-Bang? Yeah, but Colton Miller, he's been with the Raiders since he got drafted in 2018. So, it's going to be his eighth season. And they extended him once, so he played his rookie contract and got extended once. Last year was probably his worst year as a Raider tackle. He started off real slow because he was coming back from injury. I felt like he was milking the injury and that he could have came back sooner. But, after hearing him talk, I felt like Colton was a stand-up guy. He wouldn't have did that. So, he whatever the scheduling or whatever was with the shoulder, maybe it was because the doctor was a really good doctor that he had to wait on for a little while to get the actual surgery done, and then the rehab took longer, and then they brought him along slowly. That could be what happened, but it just seemed like he didn't get the. In my opinion, I thought he didn't get the surgery in a timely fashion, and that's why he missed so much time, and then that's why he started off the season not good, man. It was we not gonna sit here and act like Colton Miller was blocking it up in like weeks 1 through 5. He was out there getting ran around. He was out there getting beat. He was getting bull rushed, everything. And we almost was like, damn, is it? Oh yeah, good looking. We almost was like, damn, is it time to get rid of this guy? But then I give him credit. He started doing his thing in the second half of the season. He was blocking. He was one of the better blockers in the National Football League from week 8 all the way to the end of the season, right? So he proved that he could still play, and that he just started off slow because of the injury. So I don't think they should hold that against him, man. He only 29 years old, Colton Miller, and I feel like they should bring him in and give him a contract, man. I know they drafted youngsters. Youngsters ain't gonna be ready to play right away, and they definitely ain't gonna be ready to start tackle at the level that he's playing it at. And you could be like, nah, actually, the youngsters from DJ Glaze last year, he came in right and immediately got to it. Basically took over the starting position after Mumford got hurt in practice and never left that right tackle spot. So um, you know he might, one of them youngsters might be ready to play, but I'm saying you don't want to just toss Colton Miller out, a good NFL offensive tackle. It's not really um, that expensive to keep him. It's gonna be like an average ticket for a NFL tackle of his caliber. So yeah, good looking, right. So I'm thinking 4 years for 80 million. Had that last year as the Raider team option. I already said this, Johnny Spytek. So I'm doing your work for you, bro. That's what you do. Bring the kid in. I'm talking about Colton Miller, 29-year-old. And sign him up, man. Give him the 80 mil. Three years for the guaranteed. 4th year team option, man. Easy. We're going to get back to Colton. The other guy we should be re-signing is Jakobi Meyers, man. Now, Jakobi, last year, for the first time, he had 1,000 yards in his career. And what's amazing about that is, y'all know the quarterbacks we had out there, man. You know what I'm saying? He had Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, and dude Desmond Ridder even played a little bit. And he managed to put up 1,000 yards along with Brock Bowers. But I'm just saying, as an outside wide receiver, that's decent numbers, man, for not very good throwers of the rock, right? The QBs wasn't really nothing to write home about, man. And he still got that 1,000, got in the end zone 8 times. So I'm thinking for Jakobi, man, something like 3 years, 51 million. 3rd year team option, right? So you say he only had 4 touchdowns, but he had more touchdowns than that, I thought. Must have ran in or something. He had more than 4 tugs. Anyway, he's only 28 years old. So he signed up for this year. If he added 3 years to his deal, then he'd be around for 4 more. So that'll be until 29. 29, they'd have a decision if they gave a team option on the 3rd year, the new contract. So 3 years, 51 million, 34 million guaranteed for Jakobi Meyers, man. That's easy, slam dunk. Last contract, I think he had like 31 or 33 million guaranteed for the whole life of the deal. This one would be just for the 3 years guaranteed of 34 million. So he would get a raise, right? Not breaking the bank though, because it's dudes, wide receivers that make 30, man. You know, the top of the heap. You know, the Jeffersons and the Jamar Chases of the world, they in the 30 mil a year range, man. Oh, you guys somebody want to come up? Who is that? You guys Raider fans, man, or what, man? We'll bring somebody up in a minute, man. If y'all Raider fans, if you're gonna be hating, man, we don't, I ain't messing with y'all. If you hating on the Raiders. If you're Raider fan, though, I'll mess with you, though. We'll put you on. But, yeah, back to Jakobi. Jakobi, 87 catches, 1027, 12-yard average last year. Man, get that, man. Yo, what up, Heriberto? It's good, man. Yeah, man, get that man that 50 mil, bring him on in, get him situated, get the team secured, man. Let's just get the team locked in. I'm not saying re-sign the whole team. This year already they gave Malcolm extension, Mm-mm. They didn't extend Malcolm. They really just gave him a 1 year prove it deal. He, they gave him like I think 11 mil for the one season just to see if he can get back to that form from the end of the 23 season when he had 8 sacks. He had 8 sacks in about probably 10 games. So they looking for Malcolm to get back. They gave him money. They paid Max, right? They maxed out Max before it got too late. Before the price got too stupid, right? So now Max was the highest paid defensive lineman in the league for about 4 days until Myles Garrett signed his deal. And then you still got Trey Hendrickson. You still got TJ Watt and Micah all still needing deals. So the Raiders was good about doing that, about getting Max out the way, because that could have got ugly. They would end up having to pay a lot, because he could say he's every bit a player as those guys. Um, there's arguments that the other guys have better stats, but that was just last year. And Max only had 8 sacks, I believe, 7.5 sacks or something. But we know he was banged up all year. He ended up having to have surgery at the end. But they paid Max, right? They brought in the free agents that they brought in. Didn't give anybody no real good contracts, right? Elandon Roberts is a 1 year deal. Devin White is a 1 year deal. I even think Eric Stokes, if I'm not mistaken, 1 year deals they passing out. So they not, Spy Tech is not rushing out here giving a bunch of contracts, which is cool. That's cool too. But Jacoby and Colton deserve to get re-upped. These guys are leaders on the team, on the football team. These guys lead by example too. They might not do a bunch of talking, right? I said what I said about Colton last year, but I take that back. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't milk the injury. He was hurt, man. It took a while to come back. Took a while for him to come back. So I'm not mad at Colton Miller, and I think he should get re-signed. I think he should get about 80 mil. And that's where I'm at with it, man. What you guys think? Anybody think that I'm tripping? Like maybe we shouldn't even be tripping off re-upping Colton Miller or Jacoby Myers? Am I in the wrong? Or, you guys think the Raiders should be re-upping one or both of these guys? Both of them or one of them? Tell me. Yeah, both of them or one of them? Which should they be doing? Are y'all feeling Colton Miller? Or you think the young fella that they just drafted should take his spot? Y'all feeling Jacoby? Man, Jacoby just had 1,000 yards, man, and we had that hot, what out there. I don't like calling pro football players garbage or trash, but our quarterbacks wasn't good last year, man. Anybody knows that. Even if you're a Raider fan, you can't even sit here and and be like, nah, we was good. We just had issues. We didn't have good quarterback play, which is, that's a trip, because what a difference a year makes, right? When last year this time we working with, go back the year before that, we working with Jimmy G. Oh man, they had us. They wanted us to believe Jimmy G was better than Carr, right? They got rid of Carr, Josh McDaniels and Ziegler, right? Blamed everything on Carr. He wasn't getting it done. They got to throw the football better. And then proceeded to run Jared Stidham, Aiden O'Connell, Jimmy G out there, bro. Trying to say it was Carr's fault, though. Like, Carr ain't no championship Q or whatever, but he's better than them dudes. I guarantee you that, man. He's better than Gardner Minshew, and he's better than Aiden O'Connell, and he's better than Desmond Ritter, and he's better than Jimmy G. So you could hate on DC, be like, oh yeah, he was this, he was that, he wasn't this, he wasn't that. But he was better than them dudes, these dudes that we didn't have these last few years. And Jacoby Myers caught 1,000 yards of receiving yards with these. And I don't like calling pro football players garbage, right? But with these suspect QBs, suspect at best, bro. So I think these guys should be re-upped. And I don't know what they waiting on. They just signed Jermaine Pratt as well. Jermaine Pratt is a linebacker from Cincinnati. And you know what I was tripping off of? Like, Devin White could cover a little bit. If Devin White is right, Devin White is fast, athletic, and he could cover. I'm looking at Cincinnati played last year, and I'm looking at the Steelers play last year, and both. Somebody just asked me, am I Mexican? Nah, bro. So, man, let me forget what I was saying. Yeah, man, anyway. He asked me, was I Mexican, man? Do I look Mexican or sound Mexican, bro? Like, seriously, that's a serious question. Nah, man. Anyway. So, yeah, we throw this hot garbage out there. Dude gets 1,000 yards of receiving yards with this hot garbage. Colton Miller ends up not giving up any sacks after week 8. So, you got a guy that caught 1,000 yards for the first time with some, I don't like calling QBs garbage, but you know what I'm saying. I don't like calling NFL players garbage, but our QBs weren't good. So I feel like this dude deserves to get re-upped. He only 28 years old, right? He's only 28 years old. Hey, I just started a flash goal. I need 3 gifters to send me a rose in 15 minutes on TikTok. So yeah, these dudes really do deserve to get re-upped. You know what else, man? I was gonna not talk about this, but I'm gonna talk about this too. All right. Anybody trip off how they gave Chip Kelly the 6-year deal as an assistant? All right, so here's why that's a trip. Because flashback to last year at this time. Remember, Antonio Pierce wanted Cliff Kingsbury to be the O-core, right? Mark Davis wouldn't even give Cliff Kingsbury a 3-year contract. That was the reason why he went to Washington and said screw the Raiders, right? Because they gave him the extra year, and he wanted to work with Jaden Daniels. I ain't mad at that, but right, if they would have gave him 6 years, he would have came to the Raiders too. So we would have already had the air raid offensive coordinator right now already AP might not even got fired. Never even know how stuff would have went, man. But we still would have had them same quarterbacks. But we would have had a better O core, and things could have went better. But I'm just saying, I'm tripping off how they wouldn't give Kingsbury 3 years, but they gave Chip Kelly 6. Like, what's up with that? What? It's like they sabotaged AP low key, bro. And I know people probably don't want to hear that, man, but I feel like when you step back and look at it, what Mark Davis did was basically just appease the fans for a year while he got his money up. Right? He sold all of that equity in the team last season. I think he sold Tom Brady a big chunk of the team for like 500 mil or something, right? He sold out another couple billion to those other folks that he shared the team with. So that got his money up. That got his cash up. Right now he got bread. He didn't really have bread last year like that until after he did all this. So I feel like he lowballed AP, right? And basically just used AP to get him through that year where he could get his paper up. Now he went and hired coaches that he really paid. I'm just saying, man, y'all might not want to hear that. I feel like he, basically sabotaged AP, bro. He didn't let AP put his best product on the field. We immediately got a good quarterback this year. Last year, this time, you know what I'm saying? We got Gardner Minshew, bro. Talking about Aiden O'Connell was gonna get a shot to start. It seemed like sabotage to me, bro. They didn't want him to do well. They just used him as that transition year while Mark Davis got his cash flow up, and now he's able to get operate more like the rest of the owners be operating. Man, he got to bring in free agents, give signing bonuses, do whatever he needs to do. Give coaches more money like he did Chip Kelly. So Kingsbury couldn't get a 3-year deal. All right then, Heriberto. Kingsbury couldn't get a 3-year deal, but Chip could get a 6. You see what I'm saying? That's sabotage, bro. Y'all don't see that? Last year, the head coach wanted his O-core to get 3 years. Cliff Kingsbury would have stayed here for 3 years. They like, nah, we can't do that for you. But this year they turn around and give Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator, 6 years. What's the difference, bro? What happened? I'm just saying, what happened with that, Mark Davis? I really would like to know, man. Hey, tap the screen, man. Let me get the likes up. And let's get to at least 1,000. I see we at 787, man. Please tap. Give me some taps. Tap, tap, tap. But yeah, y'all see that though? How they did AP? You might not want to hear that, man. It might not be pretty sounding, but this happened, bro. Kingsbury couldn't even get 3 years as an offensive coordinator. They gave Chip Kelly 6. Right there, that's telling me he got more faith for whatever reason in Pete Carroll, man. Pete Carroll, don't get me wrong, he deserved to have somebody, a owner, to be confident in his abilities. He's proven. Super Bowl winning coach, national championship winning coach. Every time he stopped coaching and came back coaching, he got better. That's no question. Pete Carroll, that's him. But I'm saying you guys hamstrung AP, bro. You didn't really give AP a real shot like that. You kind of faked on him and basically made sure that he wasn't going to be successful so that you could fire him the next year and move on once you got your paper together, which now Mark Davis has his paper together. You got that liquid cash flow over the past season where he was selling parts of the team. So that's the topics, man, right now, man. They sabotaged AP. Adam, what's up, bro? What's up with you, Adam? They sabotaged AP. yeah. Finish your thought there, Adam. Yeah, man, they sabotaged AP. All right, that you can agree or not agree, but this is what happened. Now Pete Carroll is actually turning the Raiders into the team that AP was trying to turn them into, with the running the football, playing tough, hard nosed defense. If you remember, that's what AP was saying. Um, so other than that, though, re-sign. We need to re-sign Colton Miller. Already got the numbers worked out for you. Johnny Spytek. Colton Miller is going to be 4 years, 80 mil. Um, 3 years guaranteed, right? So 60 million guaranteed for Colton Miller. Team option for the 4th year. He's already under contract for this year, so that would add essentially 5 years to his deal. Um, yeah, the team does seem happier. That'll add 5 years to his deal right now, so he'll play 25, 26, 27, 28, and then they have a team option at 29 um, to move on from him or not. And at that point, I mean, Colton is like 34 years old at that time. So I feel like this is a perfect extension spot for him. Yeah, they do seem happier, Adam, last year. So far, so good, man. It's been a competition. So, same thing with Jacoby. Jacoby's 28. He's under contract this year, so he'll be 29 after that. Um, and then you giving him 3 years guaranteed with a 4th option for the team. So he'll be here through 28, and they make the decision in 29 if they want to keep him around with the 17 million. And I guarantee you, in 2029, 17 million for a wide receiver of his caliber is going to be a bargain. That's going to be like like some swap meet type action, man. Hey, tap the screen. Let's go to 1,000. We only need like 34 more taps, 36 more taps. Tap up. Adam, where you at? You want to come up? Yeah, though, bro. I'm just saying, man. Get these guys extended. Get the team. You know, the team is pretty much set. People talking about they might add a corner. People talking about they might add a receiver. Personally, man, maybe because injuries is a situation. You want to have a proven guy as a corner or some type of defensive back piece that's a veteran guy that can come in just in case you have some injuries. Um, I'm not. I'm still interested to see what they're doing with the nickel situations. In practice, I've been hearing that Chin plays a lot of nickel, big nickel they call that, and they put the dude Lonnie Johnson at the safety. When Chin moves up, you have IPM and the dude Lonnie Johnson and Jeremy Chin. So you got 3 safeties on the field at all times. The big nickel, and then it's been Eric Stokes and the kid they drafted from Iowa State, Darian Porter, number in the 3rd round. So that's who's starting right now. But I think Jacorian Bennett is going to get his starting spot back. Eric Stokes is only, just like an inch taller than him. And I know Pete Carroll likes the bigger corners, but 5'11", 6 feet, man, that ain't a big difference. And I think that Jacorian can start. I don't know if he's ready to go down and play the slot, though. I think he would be good there because watching film on JB, man, he's unafraid of sticking his nose in there on tackles, right? He does that. He doesn't shy away from contact. So he probably could be a good nickel corner. Yeah, we do need Christian Wilkins. Wilkins, I know that's what you meant, to be healthy. Unfortunately, though, bro, I'm thinking we not gonna see him until about like week 5, man. Like we gonna see what's up with training camp when they get back out here in a few weeks. But Christian, I'm thinking is gonna start the year on IR. You know, missed them first 4 weeks and then come back. So he got hurt in week 5 against Denver. And a big man with a foot injury. Those are tricky, man. And you don't want to rush them. So, big man with a foot injury, I don't expect Christian Wilkins to be back until like week 5 of the season. So, his young protege, Jonah Laulu, is probably gonna take that spot, man, and with a little bit of sidebar of Tyree Wilson playing down inside as well, man. So, I'm just telling y'all as Raider fans, get ready for that. Hey, let me get somebody. Let me get a rose, man. I got 2 minutes. If y'all could give me 3 roses, man, in 2 minutes, that'll be bomb. I want to see if we can make it happen. But yeah, if the Raiders did bring those guys in and extend them, I think it'll be a good thing. So look, this is what I was talking about. The dude interrupted me, asked me that question, and threw me all off. So they got Jermaine Pratt from Cincinnati Bengals, right? Jermaine Pratt, inside linebacker, off ball, Cincinnati, good player. Had over 100 tackles last year. But I'm watching Pittsburgh. I watched the Pittsburgh game last year, the Raiders, and we played them at home. I was at that game. Also, I went back and watched the Cincinnati game last year, Raiders. And in my opinion, these guys are the same guy, right? Both of them was coming out on 3rd down, so they're not cover guys. But they good sideline to sideline guys and good run stuff guys, good run stoppers. So it's going to be interesting how they deploy these two and who's going to end up starting or whatever. Because if Devin White gets back to the form, close to the form of when he got drafted, then he can cover. He can stay in on 3rd down. And what I saw them doing, both teams, Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, they would take Elandon Roberts. Pittsburgh would take Elandon Roberts out, put this other cover linebacker in. Cincinnati would replace Jermaine Pratt with another cover guy as well. So they would still run 2 linebackers. It just wouldn't be them 2. So now we got both of them on our team, and I don't know who's going to be a cover linebacker for the Raiders is my question. These dudes are thumpers. These are sideline to sideline, post the guard up and get him off you and run to the football guys. These aren't cover guys. When I'm saying who I'm talking about is Elandon Roberts and Jermaine Pratt. So my question to the coaching staff as of right now is, who's going to be the cover linebacker? You guys got the youngster Lindenberg, right? Last year you got Eichenberg. You got the kid Amari Burney. Gainer. I believe he's still on the roster. Is Gainer still on the roster? Let's see what we do on that linebacker. I'm just a little concerned about the cover linebackers. Y'all feel me? We got thumpers. We got guys that's going to come across your head. Jermaine Pratt will hit you. Elandon Roberts smack you. But we need, this day and age in the league, you need somebody to cover. So, linebackers, Michael Barrett, so he's a rook. Well, he only got 1 year experience. Michael Barrett, he played for Michigan. He's on the roster. So Eichenberg, Gainer, Matt Jones, Cody Lindenberg, Jermaine Pratty, Landon Roberts, Jalen Smith, Jalen Walker, a rookie from Indiana, and Devin White. So out of that group, who do you guys see as a cover linebacker? Maybe Lindenberg. I was hollering at Coop. Coop seems to think that this guy's a good cover guy, the Cody Lindenberg guy out of Minnesota. But he's a rookie. They're not about to put no rookie in there right now, right? They got to do Matt Jones. He's a rookie. Jalen Walker is a rookie. Who's going to cover out of the backfield? Is it going to be Eichenberg? Is it Amari Gainer? Who's the cover linebacker? Because it ain't Landon Roberts and it ain't Jermaine Pratt. I'm just keeping it a thou wow on that. I'm not disrespecting them, but that's just not their game. I watched both of them last year on their respective teams come out of the game on third down. Even second down when it's passing situations, they were snatching Landon and Jermaine off the field. So they two of our top three linebackers along with Devin White. So I guess Devin, man, get ready to cover, man. Get ready to cover Dev White. That's going to be interesting. That's something to watch. All right, so tap the screen for me, man. Share the live out, too. Raider talk is what we talking about. Today, specifically, I said extend Colton Miller. I already did the numbers for Johnny Spytek. 4 years, $80 million with the fourth year as an option for the team. Also did the same for Jacoby Myers. Extend him. Make it 3 years, 51. 2 years guaranteed, $34 million with the team option for the third year, $17 million. Johnny Spytek. Bro, I did it for you. This is what we should be doing, man. The Raiders should be doing, laying out these 2 extensions for these guys. Also, we talked about how they sabotaged AP. Y'all might not want to hear that. Sabotage my guy. And what I mean by that is the whole coordinator thing and the quarterback thing. Just think, this year alone, the Geno Smith and the Chip Kelly hirings, right there, bro. That told me that they was bull jiving AP last year, bro. They send him Luke Getsy and Gardner Minshew. Like everybody knew Luke Getsy wasn't a good O-core, bro. Everybody knew that. They wouldn't give Kingsbury 3 years as an O-core, but they gave Chip Kelly 6. I'm just saying, bro. It looks like sabotage. Mark Davis, you're not fooling me, bro. I ain't mad at you, but you was just trying to get your paper up and let AP coach that 1 year and appease the fans, right? So you don't want the fans to be mad. So you was like, okay, I'm going to do what the fans are asking, and then I'm going to kind of sabotage the guy, man, and get my paper together. Then next year I'll come out strong, be able to hire free agents, be able to give signing bonuses, be able to give better contracts to coaches and all that. So Chip Kelly can get a 6-year deal, whereas only Luke Getsy could only get not Luke Getsy, because his ass didn't even deserve a 1-year deal. Cliff Kingsbury couldn't get the 3-year deal, but Chip can get the 6. Right there, bro. That don't look good. That don't look good right there. Mark Davis. So Raider talk, man. That's where we at. Resign Colton and Jacoby. And then we just talked about how they kind of sabotage AP, man. Y'all might not think that is so, But that's what I feel like happened, man. So, am I tripping? Should should these guys get re-signed or should they move on from these guys? Should they let these guys play out their 1 year and let them go? Move on with the youngsters that they have. They did draft young receivers too, right? Jack Besh, Dante Thornton, they just drafted. Does that mean they can afford to let Jacoby walk next year? They just signed Caleb Rogers. Um, they just signed Charles Grant to play offensive line. But does that mean they can walk away from Colton Miller next year? Is that going to make the team better? Walking away from Myers? Yeah, Jacoby got 1 year left. JC, I'm saying bring him in right now. Give him 3 years, man, with a team option for that third year. So that would give him, put him under contract until 28 with a team option in 29. He only 28 years old. I feel like he turned into a number one receiver. Am I tripping? I'm tripping. I don't think so, man. But yeah, he got the 1 year left, as does Colton Miller. Now, Colton Miller really could be an a-hole about it, right? And not come to football practice. Um, no big deal. What's up, my guy? Come on up, man. My guy. Yeah, tap the screen for us, man. Mark, what up, my guy?
What's good with you?
Man, what it's looking like, man. I'm on here with a little bit of Raider talk this morning, man.
See that?
I'm wondering why they haven't extended my guys, man. But anyway, look, let me talk to you about this. You're a Steeler fan. This is my boy, No Big Deal Mar, the Honorable Mar. It's my guy, man. We do a lot of content together. If y'all mess with either one of our channel, then you know both of us. Anyway,
Yes, sir.
with your Steelers, man. Uh, I was looking at the game when we played you guys, right? And I remember I asked you about Elandon Roberts. You was like, if they let him play, he gonna be good. And I saw what you meant because, like, second and long, third and long, bro, he's not on the field. They was putting in you probably know the guy's name. I don't really know his name. The other linebacker that they would put in though. But I saw what you were saying. They do take him off the field. They did take him off the field quite a bit.
It's, I don't think that's good. To take him off the field.
Now, is he a bad pass defender? Cool.
I'm going to say he's not in the right system, Ragu. I just,
So you don't feel like he can't cover people. It's just the way that they have him trying to do it. It's a little bit out of his
it's out of his,
out of his skill set.
yeah, it's out of his skill set. You remember how you used to say about Diablo sometimes?
Yeah, I felt Diablo was a great cover guy, suspect, run fit guy. That was my problem with him.
That's sort of like how Roberts is. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
That's not.
It's not.
That's not cool.
It's not cool, but I guarantee you, he go on the right team, that right system, he's gonna do great. I guarantee you that.
I definitely see that he's a thumper and that he's a sideline to sideline guy. I see that for sure. And you're an AFC North guy. What you got any thoughts on Jermaine Pratt? We just got him from the Bengals.
I saw that. I was gonna holler at you about him. See, Jermaine Pratt and him. I'm gonna take a wild, since you know I am hot take Marv. He's gonna do good in that Pete Carroll system. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
If you guys can utilize him,
Can he cover? Because I watched the Cincinnati game. I saw they took him off the field as well on 3rd and long and 2nd and long.
Here's the thing. Pratt can really cover. Pratt is one of them unique linebackers who can cover, who can tackle.
Tackle, he definitely has no issues tackling. Yeah, over 100 tackles just last year.
He's under 250, Ragu. He got speed. So he
Okay.
can definitely, I'm not going to lie to you, it's been times where he can cover a receiver.
So I'm tripping off of why they was taking him off the field last year. Maybe it was something with that system or that decor. You see, they end up getting rid of him. So maybe something was going on besides football, where they was trying to phase him out up there in Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why, like, I never got what they was trying to do with him. And we all know Cincinnati is not the best in utilizing their defensive players.
Yeah, they got.
So
You mean, in other words, all their money is on the offensive side of the ball?
pretty much.
Right.
That's pretty much. Because what's his name? Is Al Golden? Al Golden the coordinator over there? Al Golden,
Defense?
I think it's the
It was
Cincinnati
that. It was the one dude, Amaru. Amaru.
Oh, Lou. He did because he replaced Lou. My bad.
Yeah. So he replaced Lou last season or this season?
Yeah, he replaced Lou. Yeah, to 2024 season, I think he replaced Lou.
Yeah.
But even Lou was like not using those players as much, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Cincinnati had issues on defense for sure.
Cincinnati juice over there, to where they're not utilizing these good players, and for them to be like dead last all each season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have talent. You know, it's just that what's up with the play call?
On
I'm
defense.
not, like, you know, as an AFC North guy, I'm happy. I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah, we can score on the points we want. That's cool.
Yeah.
But you know, we did split with them. We split with them last season. But
Hey, when I went to the game we played the Steelers, right? You know.
right.
We actually came away with a victory against the Ravens. And who's the other North team? Y'all, Ravens, Cincinnati. And what's the other team?
Browns.
Oh, Cleveland. So we beat Cleveland and we beat Baltimore, right? I went to the game when we played you guys. That game, y'all beat us 32-13, something like that. But it really was closer than that, bro. It was a good game until, like, right at the beginning of the fourth. Then it kind of started getting ugly. But the Cincinnati game, man, we couldn't stop them. They have the best offense in y'all division, I feel. Even more so than Baltimore. But that defense, bro, was bad. It was, yeah, they people running wide open. We even ran the ball a little bit against them. And you know we didn't have any type of running game. So Cincinnati has decided, man, that they just gonna outscore people.
Which was crazy.
It is crazy.
But they just decided to pick it up at the wrong time. You know, like the consistency with Cincinnati is just terrible.
Well, they do consistently start off slow. That's consistent.
Yeah, you can't even win a game in September.
That's crazy right there.
This is crazy work, bro. Like
I think they lost to New England week 1 last year, if I'm not mistaken.
They won the first game, but they let the Patriots keep up with them. And then they was like lost the rest of September and stuff like that, which was bad.
Yeah, that, you know.
Like the talented offense that you have, like, why is y'all struggling like this?
By the time we played them, I'm thinking we got action. We being the Raiders. And, man, no, they ran right over. They ran us out of Cincinnati, man. They ran us right out of Cincy.
See, that's what I'm saying. I just don't be getting what's going on with them.
Hey, you know what, too, while I got you, man, I ain't trying to keep you too long, but I was also saying I was tripping off how The Raiders couldn't give. Go ahead and tap the screen, y'all. Tap, tap, tap. Let's try to get to 2,000. I was tripping off how the Raiders could not give um, Cliff Kingsbury a 3-year contract last year as the offensive coordinator for Antonio Pierce. But Petey comes in and gets Chip Kelly, and they immediately give him a 6-year deal, bro. Then I went on to say, I talked to you about this before too, Marv. I went on to say about how Mark Davis used last year as a year to get his paper, get his cash flow going, right? So now he got all this liquid cash because he sold off parts of the team. Now he out here handing out 6-year contracts to offensive coordinators. When my man AP wanted Kingsbury, he couldn't get 3 years. It almost seems like sabotage.
Sabotage is a tall thing, or what's going on here?
Nobody thought Luke Getsy was a good offensive coordinator. Right? Nobody thought that. And he was kind of forced. I feel like AP was forced to just take whatever he could get. It was late in the cycle, and you was only handing out 2 years. So you got what you got.
Is it a situation to where it's like we're just gonna hire him for now while we look for our real guy, like the Patriots situation? Does that kind of like you feel like that's some time for a goal?
Man, yep.
Hey, we just gonna hire him for now, and then we gonna look for our real guy. I feel like that's what the Patriots did with Gerard. Sort of looked like that's what they did with AP too.
That's crazy that you said that, because it sure looks that way, man. It sure looks that way, right? They fired Mayo so fast and hired Rabel, it wasn't even a thought, right? And it wasn't.
Pops brought that up last year. He was like, earlier this year, they was like, they just was so quick to fire Gerard.
Yeah.
Maybe they was doing that to distract while they look for the real guy. They already had somebody in pocket. Let's just give him 1 year, and then we'll just get rid of him while we get our other guy ready.
Crazy.
And I was like, while he said that, I was like, and I thought about you. I was like, did they do that to Pierce too? Did they have Petey already ready? He just didn't want to come in last year, pause.
Like Pete, they already talked to him.
Yeah, which is, don't get me wrong, Petey's my guy, but it's like, come on, you ain't give Pierce no fair shot.
Yeah.
Especially with all the bullshit, the diva shit that was going on. Excuse my language, but
yeah, we know who you're talking about too.
Yeah. So is this a tall thing going on here? What's really gonna happen?
Perhaps it was, man. It's sad that we got to think about it like that, but Mayo and Pierce only got 1 year to do something, and New England really was not good. So Mayo really had no business getting fired. And the Raiders, although they was decent the year before, they went 8-9. Come on, bro. We running Minshew and O'Connell and Desmond Ritter out there, bro. Come on, man. They knew. And then Luke Getsy to coordinate all that. Come on, bro. They knew what was happening. I'm just, my thing is why? Was it what it was? Or was it something else? It just seemed like them two dudes was placeholders for both of their teams. And, since it's the Raiders show, we gonna focus on AP. Shout out to AP, man. It looks like Pete Carroll is gonna take the team and do what you wanted to do with the team, which is become a hard-hitting defensive team and a running football team, ball control, clock management, score 24 points type team. That's looks like what the Raiders are headed for, but they actually gave Pete Carroll the tools and the resources to get it done. With AP, they just kind of threw him out a bunch of matchsticks and was like, here, man, build that shit here. right? They gave Pete Carroll the foundation, and then was like, here, man, go ahead, build. AP, they just threw. JC was like, they pressured him into that hire. Yeah, I said that he appeased the fans, right? Be like, y'all, I'm gonna shut y'all up, but he didn't give AP the full opportunity, bro. He sabotaged him really. He gave us what we wanted, so we can't cry. But us savvy fans also can look through all that, man, and see that, hey, yeah, you kind of hindered him though, because you didn't let him get the core he wanted, and then you threw them, those quarterbacks his way. I'm just saying. I feel JC. We pressed for it. We pressed for that shit. I was on the show last year, pounding the table for AP, telling Mark Davis what's taking you so long. Who is that? Is that Dre? Who's this right here? I'm gonna invite whoever this is, man. It was looking like Dre. Good looking, bro. Good looking on the Lightnings, man. Appreciate you, Coop.
You already know, bro.
Yeah, you the man, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what you just said was magic right there, bro. Like, the stuff that AP wanted to do, Gerard wanted to do. Why you doing it for these guys? Why you doing it for Vrabel? Why you doing it for Peter? You know what I mean? But
I mean, like immediately too. Immediately, no shame in the game at all. They immediately give Pete Carroll's O-Core 6 years, and AP's O-Core couldn't get 3.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like you already had these moves in motion already.
It sure seems like, especially on the. I was gonna say especially on the Raiders, but nah. What's the name too, bro? Because they fired Mayo before AP got fired, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mayo got fired first. So.
Hell yeah, Mayo was the first to go.
It does seem like the moves by the two ownership groups was already in the works, and they already kind of knew what they wanted to do for this year. But anyway, that is what that is, man.
5 days after the Super Bowl, which is crazy.
Crazy.
That's what makes me think. I'm like, all right.
Like that was planned. That was calculated, right?
They was like, all right, we already got somebody for you. We good.
Hey man, so yeah, I'm gonna start trying to lock in. I wonder why Brock's store season didn't count for nothing with AP. It did, but they're not gonna give AP no credit for that, man. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna give somebody the credit, it's gonna be Telesco for drafting them, right? And let me borrow your moniker for a second, Hot Take Mar. Let me be Hot Take Ragu real quick. I watched a lot of ball. I watched a lot of the Raider season since the Raider season has ended, or since it ended. Hot take right here. Some of Brock's numbers was in garbage time, bro. I'm just keeping it 1,000 wild, man. I'm not saying that he not sweet. But some of them yards, a couple of them touchdowns, was just some late game drives, bro, where the game was already over. I'm just saying. Brock, I expect you to have a sensational season again. But I'm just keeping it 100, man. I ain't gonna just be in here like, he's he did all that on a winning team with games on the line with playoff implications and all that. I just want to keep it real.
Man, hold on. He helped your fantasy team though. So what you mean?
Oh, we're not talking fantasy. Yeah, fantasy. That's a whole. Yeah. JC just said something about fantasy too. But yeah, I ain't talking about fantasy. That's a whole different. We could do a show on fantasy, and then Brock would receive no slights at all because he had an excellent season. Came out of nowhere. Actually helped me because people didn't draft him because they didn't know what was up with him. So it helped me. I was able to get him in late rounds, and he did his thing. But
I'm gonna keep this in my pocket too. I'm gonna make sure I keep this.
I'm just saying, bro.
Hall of Fame season this year. I'm gonna make sure I bring this up.
I hope he does. And I hope it's in critical moments where he's making all these plays and all that, but I gotta keep it a thou wow. Some of his yards was in extended garbage time last year, and a couple touchdowns. But that don't mean he's not gonna be sweet. Last pick. See, people didn't know what was up on him, JC. Hey man, so I'm gonna try to pop on here, y'all, in the mornings, do a little Raider talk early, right? 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific time. So stay tuned, man. I'll stay on for an hour. I'm about to do my thing. So appreciate y'all showing up. Coop, you the man, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the gifts and all that.
Oh my God. Shit, I'll holler at you tomorrow.
Yeah, we gonna do some, get some work done tomorrow as well. After the live. So appreciate y'all, man. And like I always say, man, just win, baby, and peace.
Yep, sir.